Hey, it's Mark here with Get Your Gun On. Today I'm going to do a quick run through of a few different styles of appendix carry holsters, talk about the pros and cons of each, and hopefully you can use this video to help you decide which style appendix carry holster might work best for you. Alright, so what we have in front of us today is a T-Rex Arms Sidecar holster, a Harry's Holsters Executive, which can be used for appendix or any other position, and a Tier 1 Concealment Axis Slim, which is kind of similar to the sidecar holster, but we'll go over all the differences in a second. So the first holster that we're going to take a closer look at today is the T-Rex Arms Sidecar. This is a one-piece design, meaning that the mag caddy is permanently affixed to the rest of the holster. This is both positive and negative. So on the good side, it gives you a reason to never not carry an extra mag. However, on the bad side, because it's one piece and there's this preformed angle to it, this entire thing might just not work out for your body if your body isn't meant or shaped that way. So that's something to keep in mind. So as we look at a little bit more of the pros of this, you have a very wide clip setup that gives you a nice, stable, and consistent draw on the belt line. And you have this wing, which will help to tuck in the grip up against your body. So this is set up for a right-handed carry, so as this wing touches the belt line, it will actually pull the holster and butt of the gun up against you so that you won't print. However, that's also a con with this one-piece design. It's because as that wing comes in, there's no room for flexibility over here. That means that the mag is going to start printing against your shirt and sticking out. So another con about this holster, but this is consistent with a lot of holsters these days, that they use these plastic clips. They're just not ideal for kind of wrestling with the gun, or if you found yourself in a physical fight or had to run. They're just not as reliable on the belt as something like a soft loop or the discrete carry concept clips. But you could replace these plastic clips with the discrete carry concept clips if you wanted to. So going along with this, this is still a pretty bulky setup, even if you had the non-light bearing version. And that kind of gives you this uncomfortable big bulk behind your pants. It makes it a little bit hard to bend your knees easily and to run quickly or wrestle on the ground with somebody without this getting in the way and actually restricting your mobility. So in addition to that, the one-piece design, it's great for speed, it's great for consistency of draw, it's great for having fun on the range, but for me, it just doesn't really fit the practical and useful real-life application and reason why you would be concealed carrying a gun. Alright, so the next holster we're going to take a look at today is the Tier 1 Concealed Axis Slim holster. And when you look at it quickly, it actually looks very similar in design to the T-Rex Arms Sidecar. However, it is a drastic improvement on the sidecar and actually, fixes a bunch of the cons of the sidecar. So if you take a look at it right here in the middle, we actually have this bungee or shock cord. And what that allows is flexibility in that mag carrier. So now when you have your belt putting pressure on this claw and tucking the grip for you, this mag carrier can move semi-independently and also stay nice and concealed, unlike the sidecar. So some of the cons that it shares with the sidecar is, once again, using these plastic clips. They're just not the best choice that exists now. Maybe they were at one point if you needed an overclip like that, but now we have discrete carry concept clips, and those should be used if you're going to use a clip at all. But it also is still just pretty bulky. This is even a non-light bearing version of the holster, and when you run or wrestle with this, you can feel it really restrict your mobility and your speed and your movements of like hip flexion, and it gets in the way of lifting your knees, getting in cars and getting out of cars and stuff like that. And this is the Tier 1 Concealed Axis Slim. Alright, and so the last holster we're going to take a look at now is just the plain old Appendix inside the waistband holster. This is actually made by Harry's Holsters, and this is one of those discrete carry concepts clips actually. It is a very, very stiff, very hard clamping pressure metal clip that has this hook underneath that actually will grab your clothing really hard too, and this stays put extremely well in your pants, but it will also chew up your clothing. So with this holster setup, I could actually run 2 clips, or I could have soft loops if I wanted a little bit more stability and consistency in the draw. But what I found though is that I appreciate the comfort and a little bit of just movement so that this can kind of slide in my leg crease when I sit down and I don't get stabbed by the Kydex. Or if I'm running with this, it can kind of move with my body, and especially when I'm wrestling people, with this holster on, I really am not restricted with my mobility or hip flexion in any way at all. However, carrying this holster or a single holster like this is beneficial in the sense that it's a lot easier to conceal this small little holster as compared to one of these bigger, wider holsters. Now on the other side of my belt, I can also choose whether or not I want to put a separate spare mag there, or I usually carry a knife like this. This is the Sosby blade spike with a discrete carry concept clips, and I actually use this clip and I can just put it right on the clothing itself without putting it over the belt. So here's just a single Appendix inside the waistband holster. This has a mod wing on it. Once again, works like just all the others. Touches your belt, pressure on your belt, tucks the butt of the gun into your body to conceal it better. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you were able to learn a little bit from it. Maybe learn about some motivations as to why you would want a specific holster, or why you might want to stay away from a specific style of holster. I'll let you guys know again that I prefer the single holsters like this as opposed to the kind of bigger one-piece holsters or semi two-piece, because it's flexible. I would always prefer this flexible big holster as compared to this sidecar. So going along with that, just know what you need the holster for. If you want a holster to be super fast at the range and be insta famous and all that fun stuff, then go ahead, get a one-piece holster. This is going to be the fastest, easiest thing and to draw and reload from at the range. However, you just need to know that the limitations in real life use certainly do exist, especially when it comes to running or wrestling with this on, or just overall like lack of mobility. So keep those things in mind. New videos will be coming out just with more details on which holsters I really like and why. And please like, comment, rate, subscribe, all that stuff, whatever that needs to be done. And I'll keep stuff coming out. Let me know if you have any questions or what you want to see next. Thanks.